It's Saturday night, it's a little after 20 past 6, and it's hockey night in the hangar as the TSI World Berkshire Bees look to capitalise on last weekend's 2-1 win over the Leeds Knights, with getting a second home win on the trot. This time as welcome our friends from north of the border, the Solway Sharks. The Sharks faced the Leeds Knights on Sunday, and while going up a spirited effort, did eventually go down in the end up in Yorkshire. Sorry about that, we might have annoyed them a little bit. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I'm riding solo tonight, as all my other co-commentators are either ill or unavailable. Sometimes you just can't get the staff. So a special word has to go out, mention has to go out to all the Solway Shark fans who have joined us in the building here tonight. There's a good couple of dozen who've made the long trip down from Dumfries. And obviously, hello to all of you watching up in Sharky's Bar, north of the border. Hope you have a good night watching from up there. Going into tonight, the league table currently stands as this. The Leeds Knights top of the league on 12 points. They have played 8 games. Circling behind them are the Hull Seahawks on 11. The MK Lightning, Romford Raiders and Peterborough Phantoms all on 10, showing how much tight the split at the top of the table is. The Bees, like I said, a second win of the season on Saturday against the Leeds Knights, move them on to 5 points, level with tonight's visitors, the Solway Sharks. The Sharks going down in Leeds themselves, in their only game of the weekend, as both teams look to close the gap on the Sheffield Steel Dogs and the Swindon Wildcats up ahead of them and stay above that little yellow line that will soon come into everyone's peaking interest around Christmas time. We're just under 7 minutes away from face-off for tonight, so let's introduce tonight's teams to you. Firstly, the home side, the TSI World Berkshire Bees. They line up as follows: 2, Adam Rossbottom; 5, Ollie Nags; 9, Vanya Antonov; 13, Marcus Mitchell; 15, Ty Cathcart; 16, Adam Erskine; 18, Preston Toombs, who makes his home debut tonight; 19, Will Stead; 21, Marcel Balaz; 23, Dominic Gabai; 24, Dan Rose; 71, Josh Kelly; 74, Liam Morris, also making his home debut this evening; 75, Roman Cathcart; 80, Will Birch; 93, Josh Paul; 94, Stuart Mogg. Netminders, another debut in 34, Harry Thomas; and 42, Max Wright, following the departure of Brett Shepherd, announced this morning. Head coach Ashley Tate, as always, for the Bees. The Bees obviously add Toombs and Cathcart for the weekend. Ollie Hemmings-Mayer currently with the Slough Jets down in Solent. And Josh Paul obviously playing up from the Cardiff Canucks this evening, along with Harry Thomas. For the Solway Sharks, they were missing a few bodies in Leeds last Sunday, but don't worry, they're all back. It's 5, Olivier Arsenault; 6, Stuart Kerr; 9, Mason Alderson; 10, Liam Stenton; 12, Kel Beattie; 14, Lewis Young; 17, Joe Lynch; 21, Torrin Anderson; 22, John Dunbar; 25, Connor Henderson; 27, Callum Boyd; 43, Nolan Gardner; 49, Liam Danskin; 53, Kyan Shevlin; 63, Joey Coulter; 88, Carl Carruth; 89, Scott Henderson; 92, Callie Robertson; Netminders 33, Jordan Martin; 37, Logan Reed. The Sharks obviously looking to keep up with their run of good form, and that starts with Nolan Gardner, 11 goals in 7 games so far this season. Head coach Martin Grubb, as always. So the lights go off here in the hangar, and we wait the teams joining us on the ice for tonight's game. Please do obviously let us know where you're watching from this evening. Gets a bit difficult here when you're doing it on your own. Leaving me with producer Nick, who is cackling like a loon instead, as always. The Bees looking to start the weekend. Obviously, they won here last weekend against the Leeds Knights before going down in Sheffield on Sunday. Tomorrow they go to Romford. So not as easy as it looks, is it, Nick? So we wait the teams joining us this evening. There you go, read my mind. Elsewhere in the league this evening, the Leeds Knights take on the Hull Seahawks. That's starting at the same time as us, as is the Swindon Wildcats against the Peterborough Phantoms. Our officials for the evening have joined us on the ice. They are in the Water Wings of Power, Mr. James Irons and Mr. Matthew Rose. And on the lines, Mr. Pavel Olchak and Mr. Flynn Sitch Cunningham. Obviously, elsewhere, we have the Milton Keynes Lightning against the Telford Tigers. That's a 7 o'clock face-off, as is the Sheffield Steel Dogs and the Romford Raiders. So the Steel Dogs making the trip up to Dumfries tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock face-off there in the Shark Tank. As we wait the teams, as you can see them there on the far end camera. As it's got really quiet as the music's turned off, that's always a good start. So yeah, please do let us know where you're watching from. Get in any of your questions, comments as the Solway Sharks take to the ice. Use hashtag BeesMNL. They'll come through on our Twitter feed. As Nick hits the wrong button again. It's been a while since we've had to use it, that's why. There we go. Use the hashtag BeesMNL. They'll come through on the computer with us and we'll read as many of them out. Shout outs, happy birthdays. Let us know where you're watching from. I know of at least 2 people who are watching from home on their various sick beds. As the Sharks join us for the evening, we just wait for the Berkshire Bees. As Jordan Marr leads out the Sharks for the evening. As we wait for the Max Wright-led Berkshire Bees looking to start their 2-game weekend with a bang this evening. League and Cup points on the line tonight as well. Don't forget, obviously important, as there's only 1 game each this time round. The Bees currently rooted to the bottom with only the 1 point. The Sharks just ahead of them with 2. The Bees have played 4 out of their 10 games. The Sharks with 3. And looks like the magic number for it is going to be around the 10-point mark. The Bees basically out of it if with a loss tonight. The Sharks, they'll have another chance. But big if they want to advance in that later in the competition. As Max Wright leads the Bees out. And I'll be back with you in about 2 minutes' time following the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, before tonight's national anthem, we'd like to do a puck drop. Can we ask the captain of the Solway Sharks and Adam Rossbottom of the TSI World B to step forward to do a puck drop with Jonathan Eagles. Thank you to the players for taking part. We'd like to ask if you're able to be upstanding and remove all headwear for tonight's national anthem.
Saturday night's main event. Running net minus for this evening. Firstly, for the home side, the TSI World Berkshire Bees. Max Wright gets his 8th start of the year, getting the win on Saturday night here at home to the Leeds Knights. Can you hear me? You just stopped. You both looked at me in confusion there. Don't get producers, everyone. Here, hit the button that takes you to Max's goal. His 8th start of the evening. He's got the win on Saturday night. 49 saves on 50 shots against the Leeds Knights. He comes into tonight with a 2-4-1 record, a 916 save percentage, a 3.41 goals against average. At the other end for the Solway Sharks, Jordan Marr starts for the 7th time this season. He has a 2-3-1 record, an 873 save percentage, 4.47 goals against average on the season. It's his first year playing back in Scotland since 2018, after 6 seasons with the Peterborough Phantoms. Apologies in advance for the producers. You can look at me all you like, QT. League and Cup points on the line here this evening. The Bees in the gold, well, yellow, as I keep being told I'm not allowed to call it gold anymore, and the Sharks in the dark blue. As referee James Irons calls them in, we are underway with the first period. Sharks winning the opening puck drop. Arsenault up the left-hand side, thrown across ice, dumped into the corner, back high block by Paul. Sharks with it, long pass thrown straight through the middle, and icing called on that one. Beans will take a change off the first icing draw call of the evening. One by Ballas, back to Erskine off the draw. That shot fired over the bar of Marr. Kept in the zone by Morris. Antonov backhands one towards goal, pushed aside by Marr. Mitchell keeps it in at the blue line for a second. Sharks flip it high, clear it up to centre ice where Mitchell stands and gloves it down. Kept in by the linesman. Battle against the boards goes the Sharks' way. And they're able to get it out over centre ice as they go for a change. Morris there to collect, fires it off the skate of Erskine. That trickles through to the Sharks. Played up ice, Morris first to it. Kept in, Young. Flips it through the zone. Shot from a wide angle, saved by Wright. Good work by Stenton. Young touches the puck, the Bees turn it over, and there's the first penalty in the line. Marcel Ballas will head to the box. 2 minutes for hooking the call, 1:34 the time of the penalty. And the Sharks will have an early power play chance. Sharks have 9 power play goals on the year so far, 23.68 success rate. The Bees have given up 8 on the power play, 73.33 on the penalty kill. Face off. One by the Sharks, held up legs. Gardner finally spins away from it, turnover. That will set Stead away at the right-hand side. One man to beat in Arsenault. Does a good job of keeping him away from danger, but Arsenault takes the puck away from him. Nolan Gardner, 5 power play goals on the year. He's going to be the danger man for the Sharks on this as Dunbar throws it to the low slot where Gardner is lurking. And the Bees can't quite get under control. Alderson. The Sharks look to set up. Thrown across goal, shot blocked by Gabai. Dunbar able to kick it out of trouble and away from Ollie Nags. Gabai there takes it away from him and throws it up ice to get the change in. Mar, long pass up to Alderson, onside. Bit of confusion there between the Sharks as it's left for Arsenal. Thrown down low to Dunbar. Circle high above the face-off dot. Good stick in the lane there by Antonov. Sharks still with it. Thrown towards goal. Almost a tip in front there by Dunbar. Kicked away by Wright. Back across again. Trying to go for Dunbar on the back door. Good stick work by Kelly. Sets Antonov away. Antonov with room up the left-hand wing. Snaps the shot on goal off the shoulder of Mar. Bounces wide. Knocked down low. Free to Antonov in front. And he can't get the chance in front. Good save by Mar. Late finish to a check there that the Bees fans don't like, but there's nothing wrong with that. Apologies quickly made. Good work by the Bees. Antonov just unable to get there on the rebound. Just under 3 minutes gone in the first. 36 seconds left on the Balaz minor. Puck in the Sharks zone. Won by the men from Dumfries. At speed again as they enter the zone. Thrown across to Coulter. Can't get under control. Nags tries to push him into the corner. Henderson. I should say Scott Henderson on that one. Kept in just about the blue line. Thrown down low to Young. Young circles. Goes for the shot on right. Scramble in front. Goodbye, able to push it away from Henderson and behind the goal. Sharks still with it as Balaz is about to come out of the box. Snapped in from the blue line. And the Sharks take the lead. I believe Liam Stenton with the goal there, 3:35. Just as the power play comes to the end, it's back up to the blue line. Through traffic, Wright doesn't see it as it sneaks by short side on the goalie. And from my angle, it's really hard to tell who scored that. I think that I saw a C on the shirt. 3:35 time in the goal. We'll give you the full goal as and when we get it. Hey, I was right. Liam Stenson with his third of the year. That is his 100th point for the Solway Sharks. Stenton from Young and Coulter, the Sharks' first goal of the evening. So with it down low, Boyd takes a bump in the corner and delivers swift retribution on Ty Cathcart. Puck thrown across ice to Antonov, kept away, Kelly. Over to Morris. Cathcart again takes another hit from Boyd from his troubles. Offside waved off, Balaz steps in. Little stop and go move, pushed into the corner, no one there, pulls back for Erskine, Antonov in front, double save from Mar. And the first one he saw late, the second one was a quick reaction save. Scrambled in front again, back high, Mitchell. Shot through traffic, he's kicked aside. Long stretch pass, icing is called, and that one is blown dead, 4:54 gone in the first. Here's the double save from Mar. Little bundle behind the play as well. Joey Coulter's first point back with the Sharks as well on that first goal for them. Face off to the right of Mar, won by the Bees. You get a feeling this is going to be played with a physical edge here tonight. Puck dropped off. Pull with the shot off the blocker of Mar. Rebound loose in front. Sharks finally get it under control and escape the zone. Throwing up ice right out of his net to play it. Almost disaster there as he plays it straight to Gardner. Morris is brought down. Penalty called on that one. As Mar covers up, it will be called, and there could be a second one as Morris deposits a Shark defenseman on the floor. Well, this could be an interesting evening again. .5:23. We will wait and see if it's just the first one. It looks like it is just going to be the original penalty called. So the Bees will go on the man advantage. I'm sorry, didn't see a call. We'll get it shortly. The Bees on the power play have only scored 5 goals this year, 13.51 success rate. The Sharks penalty kills given up 12, only 62.5 success rate. Liam Stenton, 2 minutes for, I'm going to say tripping on that one, as the Bees go on the man advantage. And it is 2 for tripping. Shot snapped on goal, saved by Marr. Feel free to make your own music at home. Apparently we've stopped playing it this evening. Ballas back across to Gabai. His attempted shot is fanned on, just kept in the zone by Mogg. Glove down at the back end. That one smashes off the scoreboard at centre ice. And the play blown dead. Face off Marr's left. Sharks win it. Launched around the boards. Beats the last man. Right out of his net to play it again. Takes it away from Anderson. Ballas. Will look to start the rush. Drops it off for Antonov. In turn drops it off for Gabai. Gabai round the last man. Drops off to Ballas. Loose in front and it's scrambled home. We'll wait and see who gets the goal on that one from Hagel. I couldn't see it. But 6-11. The Bees are back on the board on the power play. It's a broken play. Gabai at the back of the net goes to Ballas, and it just trickles through Jordan Marr and in. I thought Antonov might have got a touch, but it just looks like as Marr jumps on it, he doesn't get hold of it at all and just pushes it behind him and into the net. That appears to be Marcel Ballas' 9th of the season. One of his insane goal-scoring runs again. We'll wait for official confirmation, which will be along shortly. Mitchell gloves that one down as Arsenal tries to break into the zone. That's gone down as Will Stead somehow. That's one of the more interesting goal calls you're going to see on here. So Will Stead is gifted one for his 2nd of the season. The Sharks launch on the attack over the blue line. Shot fired into the corner by Arsenault. Alderson first to it. Played down low ball. 4 of the 5 Sharks all up on the blue line as they look for a change. Mitchell will let the Bees get changing of their own. Ballas tries to find Erskine. Wayward pass from him. Good work from the Bees. The Sharks even. Gardner can't get that one under control. Loose puck bobbles towards Dunbar. He can't handle it this time. Thrown into the Bees zone. Right out of his net to play it. Morris. Finds Erskine. Gets the centre ice line. Dumps that one in. Thrown towards the net. Loose again. Marr does cover it this time. Still trying to get my head around how Wilstead was given that goal. Just because I'm not going mad, producers. Nope, they're just as confused as I am, so that's all good. Nice to know I'm not going insane just yet this evening. Face off to the right of Marr, just under 8 minutes gone here in the first. Fast start for both teams. One by the Sharks, blown tire in front, another shot snapped on Marr. Second chance is put wide. Sharks will try and break, kept in at the blue line by the Bees and thrown into the opposite corner by Gabai. Boyd. Plays himself into trouble. Stead takes a hit from one of the Sharks' D-men. Coulter into the zone. No one on the end of that pass. Good stick lift from Anderson. Gets it away from Gabai. Paul runs into an Arsenault-shaped wall and doesn't go down. Sharks with it. Thrown off the boards, and that will be icing. Interesting play there from Arsenault. 11-11 to go in the first. Sharks win the draw again. We get over the blue line. Shot snapped off of the leg of Morris. Pushed into the corner. Toombs wins the foot race. Over to Morris. He's taken out of it by Anderson. Attempts a pass blocked by Rose. Morris backhands that all the way out the zone, and that will be icing. Shot snapped on goal by Young. Pinned to the boards down low. Toombs sends it over to Cathcart. Roman, I should say, on this one. Ball away from the pile by Stenton. Back up to the blue line. Shot is nowhere near the net. Wright pushes into the corner. Alderson takes away from Toombs, circles, down low for Scott Henderson, playing for the tip, no one there, can't get on that one. Alderson turns, fires, that one's wide. Cathcart wins the foot race to the puck, knocks it out of the zone. That will let the Bees get a change in if they're quick. They have to be quick. Back up to the blue line. Morris does a brilliant job there to stop the play for a second. A little pick there from Alderson. Shot snapped off the shoulder of Wright. Over to the one free Shark on the right-hand side. Back to the blue line. That shot off the shoulder of Wright again. Young fires down low, tip in front. Henderson goes wide. Antonov takes it over centre ice. Tries to drop it off for Erskine, well read by Young. Attempts a clearance, doesn't get very far. Erskine keeps it in. Pass is deflected, goes back to Erskine. Sharks take it away. Over the blue line goes Callie Robertson, sorry. Balaz on the back check, takes it away from him. Antonov, space to work. Over to Erskine. Drops it off for Antonov. Tries to go back across the nags. Leg in the lane from Robertson, takes it away from him. Balaz. Little stop and go. Down low to the slot with Antonov. Too many sticks in the lane then. The Sharks break gap, one up. Bees finally from behind their own goal. Stead tries to play it up the boards. Blocked immediately. As the lights start going off in the rink. Bees launch that one up ice. Icing is called. 8 minutes to go in the first. Stead from Balaz and Gabai, the Bees' first goal. I don't believe it, but hey. Face off on by the Sharks. Something I've said a lot so far in this first period. Dumped in down low. Kelly first to it. Collects the loose puck. Will take it over centre ice himself. Tries to find Gabai. Foot race between him and Danskin. Gabai no look, throws out to the slot. No one in a yellow jersey there. Sharks break the other way. Shot thrown in. Boyd collects the loose puck. Drops it off into the corner. Anderson tries to get it away from Ty Cathcart and does. Back high, good block in front there by Ty Cathcart. Loose puck again, Anderson collects. Tries to drop it off for Boyd. Paul is there. Thrown down low, Ty Cathcart gets it away from Anderson. Goodbye. Floats one up ice, icing waved off, quickly pushed along to Young. Thrown around the glass. Kerr gets there first, knocks it down low. As he's bumped down, he gets back up and the puck's at his feet. Once again, throws it to Alderson, but only finds Dan Rose. Rossbottom can't clear that one. Stenson keeps it in. That one's high up into the netting. That one will have a break in play. Face off, 2 right to right, 1 by Rose. Birch helps take that one away from Scott Henderson. Bouncing puck, Sharks can't clear. Kept in by Birch, fired towards goal. Marr pushes that one aside. Sharks into the zone. Shot coming well wide of the goal and no danger on that one. Playing for a tip in front, one not there on that occasion. Young back up to the blue line. Morris gets his stick slashed and broken and leaves it in front. Back high, Beattie gets taken out of it by Birch. Can't clear it at the boards, takes a hit for his troubles. Sharks still with it. Alderson thrown in on goal, wider than that. Morris, really good sort of pit play to stop Scott Henderson sneaking in on the back door. Alderson still with it, keeps it in the blue line, fired across the zone. Rossbottom gets it and Arsenault away for a split second. That will let Morris get to the bench. Little drop pass, saved by Wright, holds on at the second time of asking. Gardner snapping one in on goal. .5:20 remaining in the first. One by the Sharks again. Robertson back high. Drops it down low to Dunbar. Pushed aside by Mogg. Robertson behind the goal. Deflection off the leg of Nags. That's fortunately for the Bees, comes off the side of the post. Robertson circling around again. Shot just in on goal. Off of Gardner. Collected by Dunbar. Robertson wrap-around attempt. Fired all the way back to the blue line. Dunbar again. Under pressure from Goodbye. Cross-ice pass batted out in the air by Antonov. Dunbar breaks up the stretch pass to Balaz. Good work from Paul, breaks up the Sharks zone entry as that one's thrown up into the bench and nearly takes out Dan Weller-Evans. Neutral zone face-off won by the Bees. Kelly will go back behind his own net under pressure from Anderson. Icing called and given as that pass a little too strong from the Bees defenseman. We'll go all the way back. Bees come away with a draw. Ty Cathcart fires it off the legs of Scott Henderson, gets it back to himself. instead in a little pocket of space. He'll flip it up ice. Foot race to it. Kicked aside at the back by BT. Goodbye. Collects. Thrown cross ice, foot race for it. The Sharks are going to beat it out. Snaps the shot on goal by Scott Henderson. Right, covers up for the second time of asking after Balaz blew a tyre at the blue line. As we tick under 4 minutes remaining in the first. Goal apiece so far. Sharks come away with a draw. Shot snapped on goal off the blocker of right. Rose carries it over centre ice. Runs into a wall. Gets hauled down for his troubles by Arsenault. Sharks break the other way. 1-on-1 chance. Mogg, the lone man back there against Robertson. Robertson gets around but plays away from goal and away from danger. Kept in at the blue line. Down low, Gardner with a tip, cross goal back to Robertson, doesn't see it coming. Mogg first to the loose puck, around the boards it goes to Cathcart. Cathcart takes the short way round, loses the handle of the puck, takes the hit from Arsenault in the process. Arsenault, one man banding it, straight through ice. Rob Spotton takes a tumble, tries to throw it back towards goal, the stick of Morris, picked up by Balaz. Balaz from right to left, shot on goal, takes the deflection wide of the net. Turnover down low, dangerous. Here come the Bees once more. Balaz circling shot wide. The Sharks doing a good job of taking away all of his passing options there. Antonov collects loose puck, weaves away from Robertson. Tight angle shot, blocked by a Shark in front and cleared. Only as far as Kelly at the blue line. Finds Balaz, spins away. Looks for an option, settles on the one Shark in the middle of the zone. 3-on-3 the other way. Jumped in at the blue line. Mitchell round the balls to Morris. Off of James Irons. The game of ringing it around the boards carries on as we enter the final 2 minutes of the first. And offside called there on the Sharks. 2 minutes exactly remaining in the first. Face up, won by the Bees. Mar out of his net to play it. Henderson. Thrown across, foot race to it. That's going to be won by Anderson. Snaps a shot on goal, and that's off the inside of the post and back out. Unbelievable. I said it's Anderson. It's actually Joe Lynch. I was used to Anderson being on this line. Joe Lynch comes out and very nearly puts the Sharks ahead. Nick, get that one ready to go. As the Bees go up the other end. Goodbye. We saw this last week. Goodbye in front. Shot, save Marr. Tries to bounce it in off the back of the Scottish netminder. That's wide. Boyd evades one hit. Turned over again. Sharks will try again. Lovely little toe drag into the zone. Dropped off pass there for Young. Big save by Wright as we're into the final minute. Joe Lynch was this close to putting the Sharks back ahead. He wins the foot race, snaps the shot quickly. It's under Wright's leg off the inside of the post and back out. How lucky are the Bees there? Sharks win the draw, back to the blue line. Shot straight into the glove of Wright, snaps it shut like a catcher would. Face off once again, left of Wright. Won by the Sharks. Young tries to chip it round him and get to it, but can't. Ross bottom. Through everyone, icing waved off. Sharks collect. Thrown through centre ice, tipped ahead. Foot race to it. Morris beats out Scott Henderson. Bounce off of the friendly plexiglass, keeps it in the zone. Rossbottom pushes Young aside. Ballas takes a hit from Alderson for his troubles as he clears it. He's into the final 20 seconds of the period. Tipped ahead, icing waved off once more. Morris first to collect it away ahead of Henderson. Thrown up to Ballas, 9 seconds, long stretch pass. Antonov will get there. Can he get a shot away? Does get some form of one away. Nothing too dangerous. Backhands it into the zone, and that will do it for the first period. A very even first period, and that's reflected in the score. Liam Stenson got us underway with just about a power play goal early on before the Bees answer back with one that has been questionably given to Will Stead, even though with the gift of video we could tell that was Marcel Ballas. After 20 minutes here in the hangar, it's Bees 1, Sharks 1, and we'll be back with you in about 15 minutes' time. Welcome back to the hangar for the second period as producer Nick hits the wrong button. Elsewhere in the National League this evening, at the end of the first, it's the Leeds Knights 1, the Hull Seahawks 1, the Swindon Wildcats 1, Peterborough Phantoms 0. It's the Milton Keynes Lightning 3, the Telford Tigers 0, and it's the Sheffield Steel Dogs 0, Romford Raiders 2. And that will probably be the as Romford continue their fast start to the season. Here, of course, it's the Berkshire Bees 1, Solway Sharks 1. Shots on goal for the first period were 8 on Jordan Marr in the Sharks net, 15 on Max Wright in the Bees net. It's the Sharks continuously peppering the goal there in the first. One goal each, Liam Stenson and Will Stead, both on the power play, and a penalty each as well at the end. What was a very quick first period. Both teams now back out on the ice for the start of the second period. So we're joined by, don't know what the name for a group of sharks would be. There's a lot of them in inflatable shark suits in the Solway end tonight. Producer Annika can obviously see them if she looks to her left. You can just about see them in their inflatable shark costumes. Yep, there they are. All 8 of them. A shiver, as producer Nick fires up Google. A shiver of sharks. Well, the ones on the ice have won the draw. And Olivia Arsenault has the puck, thrown up to Callie Robertson. I do apologise. Whoever thought blue text on a blue shirt was a good idea might go down in history with the whole Seahawks playoff jersey from last year. Goodbye, into the zone, works way to the front of the net. Big save, Mark kicked away from by Arsenault. Goodbye, cutting from his right-hand side again. We saw it last week. Almost works off again this week. Puck thrown up ice right, settles it down for Mogg. Finally ball up ice. It goes up into the Bees bench. That one blown dead as linesman Flincic kind of had to duck and didn't quite see it. Neutral zone face-off this time round. Won by the Sharks. Feels like they have won the vast majority of the draws this evening. Attempted clearance kept in by the Sharks. Finally knocked loose to Erskine. Backhands it off the wall, kept in blue line, tipped towards goal. Off the glass. Kept in again. Shot through traffic, tip in front. Saved by Wright. Young. Down low. Back to Henderson as he waits. That shot saved by Wright and cleared by the Bees. Puck over to Stenton. He finds Henderson. Young will chip it ahead. Foot race to it. Mitchell gets there first. Long stretch pass finds Antonov. Lovely play here from the Bees. Erskine to the front of the net, gets it poked away by Kerr, and then can't collect it the second time. Stenton. Tipped ahead by Alderson the Young. That's quickly sent back the other way. Erskine into the zone again, knocks it below the goal line where Stenton collects. Young. Over to Alderson. Shot fired over the net. Lots of Sharks on the box, frantically jumping back onto the bench to avoid the too many men call. And they're not going to do it as there is 6 on the ice. James Irons calls it, and there are 6 on the ice. 2 currently stood by the bench door. I didn't see it, Irons did, and we're going back on the man advantage. Too many men penalty on the Sharks, 22-13 time of the penalty. Face off to the right of Marr. Bees win the draw. Back to Goodbye, shot wide. Balaz collects. He'll fire a shot straight off the leg of BT in front. Throwing back across to Goodbye. Back to Balaz, backdoor chance, saved by Marr. Puck loose, Antonov grabs it and gloves it down. Back to Balaz, circles, fires closer to me than the net. Goodbye, ducks inside one, cuts to the front of the net, pushed away by Danskin. Mogg keeps it in. Thrown to Balaz, helps it round to Stead. Goodbye. Pushed into the corner, Antonov, back high, Stead. Drops it off to the coach, Goodbye. Circles, creates a bit of space, couple of deflections, takes it wide of the net. BT beats Balaz to the puck, and that is cleared by Gardner. Goodbye. Thrown cross ice, Balaz. Down low to Stead, held up by Danskin. Danskin can't clear it, Goodbye collects loose in front, scrambled home, and Will Stead won't get that one. It's Marcel Balaz this time. Marr tries to jump on the first shot. The puck bobbles loose to Balaz, and he has an empty cage to throw it into. 23-24, the Bees take the lead. That one will be that Marcel Balaz's. The loose puck bounces out to him, and despite the desperate dive to stop it going over the line, one of Marcel Balaz's easier goals of the year. And if the first one didn't count, that one is his 9th of the year. Watch that one get given to Will Stead as well. Rossbottom. Thrown up ice. Good stop by Arsenault. Takes a hit from Rossbottom for his troubles. Cathcart plays himself into trouble. Sharks break in on goal. Snap the shot on goal. Saved by Wright. Rossbottom clears that one high off the glass. Icing called. Balaz from Goodbye and Stead, the Bees' second goal. Don Goodbye, I should say, obviously his 350th Bees point on Sunday in Sheffield. Now on 3-5-1. Bees went the other way, Rossbottom. Little stop and go, thrown on goal, deflection takes it away from Marr's net. Rossbottom dispossessed by Arsenault. Good work by the forward to get back in it. Gardner collects the loose puck, thrown over to Stenton. Sharks break, 3-on-3. Drops it off for Gardner again, snaps a shot off the blocker of Wright, loose in front. Sharks clear it back up to the blue line. Arsenault. To Kerr. Shot blocked in front. Rossbottom with a broken stick. It's going to be an expensive night for the Bees. That's 2 broken sticks already. Rossbottom only kicks it towards Arsenault. He can't find the pass across. Shot across goal, wide. Shots can't get on the end of it. Bees can break. Lovely chance for Morris. He gets the shot on goal. He's hooked as he does. Penalty coming. Not sure what the call was there. There's a penalty on the Sharks, 24-54. It's hooking. Matt Rose put his arms up the first time and then forgot to finish the signal. I should say Matt Rose was in a double IHF referee's jersey this evening. There's now some confusion over who the penalty is on. Stuart Kerr's heading to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. .24.54, time of the penalty. Bees back on the man advantage, 2 for 2 so far this evening. Bees keep it in the zone. Antonov, back high, Mogg. Goodbye, shot, trickles through everyone and wide of the net. Marge just gets enough on it. Stead bears down on goal, works his way a chance, and that one held by Marr this time. That first one was very close indeed as it trickled just wide of Marr's right-hand post. Face off to his right, won by Coulter. Kept in for a second. Anderson dispossesses Balaz and skates away himself. He gets his pocket picked from behind him by Antonov. Bees break the other way. Anderson with a blown tie. There's a chance now. Stead works his way in. Goal, and Will Stead! I'm going to keep saying it's Will Stead. It's Marcel Balaz even. We're all having stinkers tonight. Marcel Balaz isn't. That's his second of the evening. There's a hat on the ice because they think he's got a hat-trick as well. 25-30 and the Bees lead 3-1. Little drop pass. Stead takes the hit in the centre ice and Marcel Balaz uses the Sharks D-man as a screen. Snaps it over the glove of Marr. And it's 3-1 Bees. Chipped ahead by the Bees once more. Sharks there to collect. BT rings it round the boards. Mogg will get there first. Kept in at the blue line. Stead. Definitely Will Stead this time. Thrown towards Paul. Picked off by Gardner. Robertson the other way. First to Dunbar, goes to front. A lovely move by Robertson. Gets his pocket picked by Stuart Mogg. Sharks with it. Balaz from Antonov for the Bees' third goal. Back to Arsenault, down low, tip in front, takes it wide of the goal. Good work at the back end by the Bees, prevents the second chance opportunity. High stick there, it looks like a puck in the mouth. Bees break the other way. Chance in front for Josh Paul, can't get on the end of it after the goodbye pass. Stead down low. Arsenault, little spin away from Paul. He'll carry it up ice himself. Arsenault gets around Rossbottom, penalty called. Thrown across to Robertson. Bees get it under control and the Sharks will go back on the man advantage. 26-48, Adam Rossbottom will sit 2 minutes for tripping. Can they make it 2 for 2? Back to the blue line. Arsenault down low. Taken away by Nags. Throwing up ice. Marr out of his net to play it. Alderson will leave it for Arsenault. And that will be iced by the Sharks. Plan was obviously to try and hit Dunbar on the blue line. He was a little too far into the B zone, would have been offside, so had to leave it. Sharks will win the draw once more. I'll have to go the length of the ice the other way. Robertson leaves it for Dunbar. Dunbar has pulled off highlight reel goals in this rink before. Spins behind the goal, takes a long lap himself, tries to throw it down to the front of the net, loose in front, chance to shovel it under right, and he'll hold on and cover up on the rebound. Face off won by the Bees in their own zone. Thrown around the glass and out. BT under pressure from Rose has to go behind his own goal. Stenton, cross-ice pass, finds a drop back off to Stenton, I should say. Young to Coulter. Bees turn it over. Rose plays it off the glass, keeps it in play more importantly, and goes the length of the ice. Beatty through the middle, that one blocked by Mogg. Beatty collects his own rebound. Back high, Stenton. Back to Beatty, that shot, little deflection off Josh Kelly, but it's straight into the chest of Max Wright, and he'll hold on. Face off, Bees come away with it again. 20 seconds left on the Rossbottom liner. Thrown up ice, foot race to the puck. Wilstead gets it ahead of Alderson. Or was it Marcel Ballas? Gardner over the blue line. Can't see who that was for the Sharks to stand on the puck and lose their balance. Bees able to recover it, kept in at the blue line by Gardner. Winds up, fires, blocked in front. Bees returns to full strength. Arsenault, that pass sent back by Gabai. Alderson, cross ice, turned over to Dunbar. I think Dunbar thought it was going to be offside and so left it and went to the bench. Bees the other way, loose puck not clear, Arsenault. Fired across to Kerr. Arsenault cuts inside Antonov, still with the puck. Not the crispest pass you'll see from the Canadian all night. That backhand flip doesn't get past the first Bees forward either. Henderson, back to Kerr, carries it over the blue line, dumps it in. Sharks turn it over for a second. Bees able to clear. Sent back once more by Kerr. Immediately bounces back to Anderson. Up the right hand wall, evades the very badly timed hit from Morris, goes to the front of the net. Puck goes through everyone and back to the blue line. Kerr through traffic, bounces into the corner. Kerr will have another go, playing for a tip that no one gets on the end of. Antonov clears it over to Ballas, thrown across ice, foot race. Won by Morris, tries to get around Kerr, can't. Antonov will throw it through the zone. Dan Rose off the bench, fires that one over the bar. Kept in at the blue line. Towards goal, trickling through Marr again, and cleared by Stenton. Alderson up the left wing, thrown towards goal. Sharks just poke it past Wright's right-hand post. Tick under 9 minutes to go in the second period. Lovely little toe drag in front, but it's turned away again by the Bees. Carried out the zone by Will Birch. Stenton. That comes straight off Rossbottom. Backhands it into the zone. Sharks play themselves into trouble. Rossbottom go towards the net. Tries to fire it to Rose. Anderson just able to take it away from him. Rose tries to go through the zone. Anderson reads that one well and intercepts, goes the other way. Henderson gets over the blue line. Fired into the far corner. Kept in at the blue line by the Sharks. Henderson towards goal, gloved by Wright, he'll hold on. 8:04 remaining in the second period. Sharks win the draw. Kept in at the blue line. Bees were on offside, but it looked good from here. Dunbar down to Robertson. Tries to find Gardner in the slot. No one there. Bees break the other way, and if they're quick, it's 3-on-2. Sharks able to get back. Goodbye stood up by his man in Kel Beattie. Bees able to get the puck again. Poole poked away by Danskin, just turns and fires into the zone as they go for a change. The little toe drag in front from Beattie. Bees, good defensive work to break out that rush, and they'll launch one of their own the other way. Into the zone, Balaz tries to go back to Erskine down low, he loses his footing. Beattie clears, Mitchell does a fantastic job keeping that in the blue line, fired towards Balaz, Danskin with the block. Hill carried over the blue line, dropped off for Coulter. Loses out to Antonov. Kept in the blue line by Arsenault. Through traffic, that one hits pipe. You hear it go ping from all the way at the other end of the ice. Wright didn't see it until it had already gone past him. And Antonov stopped at the blue line, offside call as Balaz couldn't check back. 6 minutes 30 to go in the second. Here's that Arsenault shot. Through traffic, off the bar, off the back of Wright, and luckily pushed aside. Neutral zone face-off. Bees win the draw thanks to Rose. That falls nicely back for Ty Cathcart. Up to his brother Roman. Played ahead into the corner by Rose. Foot race to it. Rossbottom, fantastic work to get it away from Kerr. Rose. Rossbottom brings out the pile. Can't get it away from Young. Young able to push it aside, kept batted down by Anderson, kept in by Cathcart, fired down low. Rose can't get hold of it, has to beat Arsenault to it and can't. And the Sharks clear. Tinted clearance kicked up into the Sharks bench. That'll see another stoppage. Both teams get changes in. Sharks come away with it once more over the blue line with Kerr, thrown across goal. Back up to Dunbar. And cleared by the Bees. That one will be iced. Come all the way back. Sharks win the draw. Stenton fired down low. Back to Kerr. Little spin away from Paul. Good work by the Sharks D-man. Backdoor. Stenton rips it home. It's a lovely move by Kerr. It's a lovely move by Stenton. The Sharks cut the deficit to 3-2. 34-48 time to goal. And Stenton's second of the night. It's the little spin away just before this from Kerr. The lovely no-look pass, and no one picks up Stenton pinching down from the blue line. And he puts it back across right, pops the water bottle, and it's a 3-2 game. Beans come with it, dumped in on goal. Erskine takes it away from Stenton. Sharks turn it over down low. Stretch pass finds Gardner. Snapped into the glove of Wright. I thought it was kept. I can't see shirt numbers or even the text on the back of them from here, from where I vantage point, so I do apologise. It's gone down to Stenson from Arsenault and Dunbar, the Sharks' second goal. Face off to the right of right, regardless of if I can get the scorers right at any point tonight. It is a one-goal game. Sharks turn it over down low as they're now up for it. Loose puck collected by Antonov. Puck falls through to Balaz. Offside called as Erskine jumps ahead, trying not to get hit. .4:34 remaining in the second. Bees come away with a draw. Nog finds Antonov. He'll dump it into the corner. Foot race to it. Stanton dropped off for BT. Coulter will set Lynch away. Sent back by the Bees. Kept in at the blue line by Nags. Thrown towards Antonov. Coulter only clicks it back to Nags. Balance. He will go away from goal. Please get some ice, dump it in. Puck falls all the way to Antonov. Throws over to Rose. Rose towards goal. Marr will hold on. 3:48 to go in the second. Sharks win the draw. Danskin over to Arsenault. Birch goes back to pick his stick up. Puck bounces high and up into the crowd. Face-off will stay down low. Bees come away with a draw. Pushed up ice by Henderson. Scrappy play falls to Danskin. Fired clear by the Bees. That'll fall all the way back to the one Shark in his D zone in Olivier Arsenault. Played up to Henderson. Tries to drop it off for Young. Poked away by Rose. Cross-ice pass batted down by Young. Bees still able to clear. Rossbottom spins into a hit. Makes it look a bit uglier than it was. Rose throws down low. It's starting to fly in a little bit again now. Into the final 3 minutes of the second period. Young dangles his way around Morris. Kelly is there to clean up. Clearance only finds Arsenault. Tip in front. Blocked by a man in yellow. Bees up ice. Morris loses the puck to Gardner. Drop pass to Arsenault. That breakout stopped immediately. Falls to Paul. Josh Paul snaps the shot. Marr shuts the pads on that one. Goodbye takes a hit. Shot from the blue line. Bouncing puck as Marr blockers that one up rather than away. Stead back to collect for the Bees. Up ice to Paul. Played forward to Goodbye, who throws it into the corner and skates to the bench. Mog Back to collect loose puck as the Sharks change themselves. Antonov tips that one ahead to watch the icing call off. Foot race to it, won by Beatty. Under pressure from Rossbottom. Balaz jumps in ahead of Boyle, and Balaz with a shot. That one's blocked. Rebound wide of the net. Antonov first to it. Balaz dispossessed by Beatty. Plays at the right-hand side, and that one will be icing as we tick under the final minute of the second period. Face off to the right of Mull, won by the Sharks. Beatty leaves it for Kerr, and that breakout pass blocked by Balaz. Kerr does a good job of getting back into that one. Sharks can't clear the zone. Good forechecking by the Bees. Kerr stopped by Rossbottom again. Coulter under pressure from Balaz. Again, no one there in a yellow shirt this time. Sharks can't clear the zone. They do now, as that one's gloved down at the blue line. And that is one of the more obvious offside calls of the night, as Morris carries that one over the blue line. 20.9 left in the second. Won by the Sharks. Stenson over centre ice, thrown up ice. Chance for one more set play for the Sharks. They lose the handle on it, so there goes that idea. Down low to Kelly, and he will see out the remaining few seconds of the second period. A second period that the Bees once again started fast in 2 power play goals, this time from Marcel Balaz. Liam Stenson cuts the gap down to 1 goal again before the end of the second period. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes' time with the third and possibly final period while I try and fix my eyeballs. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the hangar for the start of the third period. Elsewhere in the league, it is the Leeds Knights 4, Hull Seahawks 2. The Swindon Wildcats 5, Peterborough Phantoms 2, Milton Keynes Lightning 5, Telford Tigers 3, Sheffield Sea Dogs 1, Romford Raiders 3. And here at the Legally Blind School of Commentary, it is the Berkshire Bees 3, Solway Sharks 2. 2 goals in that period by Marcel Balaz, 1 from Liam Stenson. Shots on goal, we haven't been sent them, but if you believe the game sheet that's live on NHLnational.com, Jordan Marr just gave up 2 goals on 2 shots, and Max Wright just gave up 1 goal on 1 shot. That's good for the save percentages, lads. Once we get numbers, we will, of course, tell you. To enter the third period, the Sharks already on the ice, having been read the right act. And Max Wright leads out the Bees for the third period. So apologies to everyone watching. I can't see a damn thing from up where I am. If anyone knows the hangar, the commentary booth is basically up the far right up of the centre ice. So where the hard cam is, far right hand side, up in the gods. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. And since I've seen it online, Chris, I have seen those, you're fired. So as we get ready to go here for the third period, James Arnold's just making sure his hair is pristine before he puts his helmet back on. And we're underway with what could be the final 20 minutes of tonight's game. So there's always the potential for overtime and a shootout. Right, fans on the clearance. Dunbar there to collect. Pokes it around to Wilstead. That pass read like a book. Dropped back down to Dunbar into the zone. Pass blocked by Nags. Paul flips it off the board and out the zone. Arsenault collects. Gardner goes behind his own net. Throwing up ice. Sharks try and break in. Good work from Morris to get there ahead of Dunbar. Antonov steals in away from Alderson. Erskine plays himself in trouble, loses out to Henderson. Able to get it back off of him. Erskine, coast to coast, tries to get round BT but can't. Sharks the other way. Poke checked away by Mitchell. Ballaz will get on his horse and fires the shot on goal, saved by Marr. Mitchell bats that one away. Batted down by Erskine at centre ice. Thrown on net. Marr out of his net to play it. Henderson fired cross ice. Sharks into the zone once more. Pushed aside by Coulter. Shot fired towards goal. Antonov dispossesses Young, is hauled down in the process, and the penalty is called, and the Bees will go back on the man advantage. 41-59 time of the penalty. 2 minutes for tripping there on Lewis Young. The Bees 3 for 3 on the night so far on the man advantages. Can they make it 4 for 4? Face off to the right of Marr, won by the Sharks. Can't clear it the first time of asking. Loose in front, they do finally clear. Right out of his net to play it. Leaves it for Monk. Ballaz weaves his way through centre ice, drops it off for goodbye. Fired over to Antonov. Down low towards the net. Ballaz collects the loose puck, back to Mogg. Leaves it for goodbye, steps inside Anderson. Back to the captain. Antonov as the high man, shot through traffic, saved by Marr. Just about kept under his pad. He'll hold on, that's blown dead. Face off once again in the Sharks zone. And once again they win it and are able to quickly clear the ice. No, kept in the zone by Mogg. Battle for the puck. The Sharks do finally clear. Right plays it. Fired up ice to goodbye. Stopped at the Sharks blue line. Goodbye, drops it off for Mogg. Ballaz up the right hand side. Drops it off for Mogg again. Down low, fakes out the shot. Fired round to Ballaz behind the net. To the front of their net. Stead tries the shot. Shots on goal. There were 10 on Max Wright in the second period, 12 on Jordan Marr for the Sharks. Fired across Ballaz. Scramble in front, Sharks clear only as far as Mogg. 15 seconds left on the young miner. Back to Mogg at the blue line, down low. He's not able to do anything, and the Sharks can break. Boyd tries to get around Mogg. Good work by Moggy to get that one away. Boyd finishes his check on Ballaz as they return to full strength. Bobbling puck, Sharks with it down low, kick save right as the Gardner bears down on goal. Another chance for the import is saved by Wright. Morris tries to clear it, instead smacks it into Dan Rose's face. He'll go to the bench. And Rose doesn't look comfortable with that one as Gardner tries to sneak one in as right as looking down. And that one is ice and will come all the way back. Sorry, Dan. Producer Nick likes to see you in pain. Any and all complaints, send them to Nick. Face off in the B zone, 15:27 to go. Bees come away with it. Goodbye. Off the boards, tries to go to Birch, picked off by the Sharks D-man. Errant pass across to Dunbar, only as far as Morris. Bees with it. Morris fires it cross ice to Birch. He loses the puck. Mitchell fires a shot on, well, fired on goal, sorry, by the Sharks, by Gardner again. And that one is iced by the Sharks. They don't agree with it, but it is called by the officials. Face off won by the Sharks. Away the pass, poked away by Mitchell, only two Sharks forward. Dunbar can't get away from Antonov, does it the second time of asking, but not until after it's gone over the blue line. Right comes out and let the play. The bounce off the Zamboni doors, almost wrong foots him. Mitchell. Up ice. Sharks into the zone. Little interference play there by Will Stead, I should say. Bouncing puck. It's not well received by Kel Beattie. Stead tries to clear it. Does get a second chance at it. Finds Balaz. Up to Erskine. Snaps the shot. Loose in front, and Will Stead definitely puts that one in. And the Bees extend the lead as Mark gives up the rebound. Instead, pots it home. 46-17 time of the goal. This line has been clicking all night. Erskine with the shot. It's off the blocker of Marr. And Will Stead crashing the net like all good power forwards do. Gets there ahead of the Sharks D-man, and the Bees extend their lead back to 2. So what can the Sharks do in this last 13 minutes? Couple of deflections, friendly bounce for the men in blue. Dropped off down low, shot saved by Wright. Lynch again tries to fire one across right. And luckily, the goalie has his glove there to stop it. Stead from Erskine and Balaz, the Bees' 4th goal, as the Sharks win the draw thanks to Coulter. Shot towards goal, takes a couple of deflections, scramble in front, cleared. Rose back up on the ice, finds Roman Cathcart. Scored it away from danger by Stenson. Sharks the other way. And offside as Stenson crosses the blue line. Neutral zone face-off, won by the Sharks. Paul jumps in ahead of Stenson on that one, able to just take the puck away from him. Fired up the boards, and icing called on that one. Things get a bit scrappy. off, won by the Bees. As the National Announcer Steve Murray announces the winner of the lucky seed who gets a £500 hotel voucher with hotelplanner.com. That voucher will of course be good to buy you one night in a hotel. Alderson for the Sharks. Throw back to Stenton. He wasn't aware the pass was coming, and that one goes out the zone. Let's Bees get a change in. Up to Gardner. He gets his pocket picked by the back-checking Antonov. Down low. Shot fired behind the net. Alderson bats it on the way to Arsenault. Back to Alderson. Morris takes it away from him. Paul can't get it past Arsenault. Arsenault manages to bully his way through 3 men in yellow. Morris throws the hit on Arsenault and again someone misses. Down there again from the Sharks. Mitchell tries to get it ahead of Dunbar. Finds Gardner again. Puck in the slot. Morris helps him on his way to Paul. Antonov will carry it out the zone on his own. 3 men in blue with him. Fires the shot towards goal. Mark kicks that one aside. Antonov back to Erskine. Can't handle that one. Sharks clear. Erskine over the blue line once again. Spins away from Arsenault. Drops it off for Balaz. Back to Kelly. That one takes the deflection off a stick. Bounces high off the plexi behind Mars' net. Sharks finally get the puck under control. Stead over to Cathcart. Cleared by the Bees only as far as the Sharks blue line. Young. Carried over the blue line by Beattie. Breaks Rossbottom's ankles. Kick saved by right high up into their netting. One of these days I will actually catch a puck up here. He will clear it, I will catch it. At some point, unlike Chris, he will flinch every time the puck comes up here. .10:38 remaining in the third. 2-goal lead for the Bees. Coulter wins the draw. Battles for the puck with Rose. Rose able to shovel it along to Nags. Rossbottom plays it on ahead. Birch in a foot race. Puck knocked loose. Marr has to push it aside as it goes into the dangerous area in the slot. And the Sharks clear. Mogg collects. Up ice to Rossbottom. Plays into the corner. Rose can't get there first. And the Sharks clear once more. Halfway gone in the third period. Mogg with the stretch pass up to Rossbottom as the Bees go for a change. Rossbottom will have to snap the shot on goal. It's a good one. Mark has to save it, holds on. Will have a face off in the Shark zone. Latest scores elsewhere. It's Leeds 4, Hull 3 in the third. Swindon 6, Peterborough 2 in the third. MK 5, Telford 3 at the end of the second. Sheffield 1, Romford 3 in the second. Sharks bring away from the scrum in the corner. Play the pass to Alderson. Into the zone, the Sharks come. Morris gets the puck ahead of Danskin. Paul collects the loose puck. Spins away from Gardner. Gets over centre ice and dumps it on ahead. Sharks into the zone. That shot blocked by Morris. A little stinger on him as well. Paul takes it away from Arsenault. Sharks over the line. Poke check favourably for the visitors. The little drop pass from Stenson, however, was not, as Balaz skates ahead. Little scrappy at the moment. Neither team really able to get anything in the offensive zone. Bees play it on ahead. Mark out of his net to play it. Antonov just turns and fires back into the Sharks' end. Best place for the puck to be for the Bees is nowhere near the goal. Sharks bring it up ice anyway. Kick save right off of the Henderson blast. Max helps on it way to Antonov. 3-on-4 the other way. Thrown cross ice. Sharks again the other way. Poke check by Kelly. Battled around the boards. And here we go the other way again. Dan Rose. Just getting a bit scrappy as Rose gets over centre ice. Flips it on ahead. Sharks get to the puck first. Almost a mistake there from the Sharks. They get the benefit of the doubt. Dunbar not happy as he skates back to the bench. Chipped up high into the zone. Onside, Sharks ahead. Carruth crashes to the front of the net, goes to the tip. And Max Wright makes the save. Lynch back to the blue line. That shot blocked by Gabai. Not cleared. Lynch again. Off the skates of Ty Cathcart. Over to Roman. Cleared. Bees with it once again. Round the boards. Not to a man in yellow. Shot from north of the face-off dot. Saved by Wright. Lynch dispossessed by Gabai for a second. Gabai makes it stick this time. Off the glass, up the back of Roman Cathcart. Gabai collects himself. He's got 4 Sharks to beat. Spins away from one of them. Bees change, drops it off for Will Stead. Stead fires, and that's off the blocker of Marr and away. Final 6 minutes of the third. Cathcart fired across the pool, bounces away from him. Banaz will play it down to the young forward him anyway. Again, stuck in the sea of legs. Sharks clear. Morris. Not sure what was in the mind of Nolan Gardner there. He collects the puck, tries to play it ahead. Mitchell tipped ahead by Paul, who is grabbed back by Arsenal, and that washes out the icing call. Mitchell kicks that one over to Morris, I'll be generous. And again, it's just getting a bit scrappy. The Sharks into the zone again as they look to get back in. This is snapped on goal, and right on cue, Mason Alderson cuts the deficit back to 1. 54-57, and Alderson gets his 4th of the year. The Bees switch off for a minute, and Mason Alderson, with a lot of space, fires that one. It comes off the cuff of Wright's glove and into the back of the net. Wright will want that one back. Alderson loves that one. And game back on, 4-3, 5 minutes to go. Watch that goal be given to somebody else now. At which point I might just leave Nick and Annika to do the rest of the game. It's been given to Oliver Arsenault. Well, there you go, it shows what I know. Five from 10 from 43, I give up. Arsenault from Stenton from Gardner. Yeah, if anybody wants to do commentary for the Berkshire Bees, send your send your CVs in. I give up. Sharks into the zone again. Drop pass. I'm just not going to say anybody who scores anymore. It makes life so much easier. That puck is flipped out of play by Josh Poole. And in a big moment of the game, the Bees are going on the penalty kill. The Sharks have a man advantage. Josh Poole, 2 minutes delay of game, 55-46. $55-46. Sharks win the draw. 2 minutes of a man advantage. They've already scored on 2 of these. Gardner shot, save by Wright. Sharks into the zone again. Can they tie it up? All the momentum their way at the moment. The ice very much tilted down this end. Dunbar. Over Gardner. Dunbar, backdoor chance. Saved by Wright, a massive one. Mason Alderson that time, definitely bearing down on goal, and Max Wright just throws the stick out at it and makes the save. In final minute of the penalty, shot on goal, Wright saves again. Mogg gets there ahead of Robertson and shuffles it away. Arsenault this time steps in, blocked by Kelly. Ballas dispossesses the Sharks D-man. Back it comes, fired across goal by Beattie. Shot blocked by Antonov. That pass tipped out by Antonov, kept in at the blue line though. Down low, Dunbar. 20 seconds left on the Paul Minor. Scramble in front, saved by Wright. Antonov tries to clear it. Ballas does get it over the blue line. And takes it away from Robertson. That will probably do it for the man advantage, but the Bees do have to be careful. Sharks still with it. Young stopped by Kelly. Bees return to full strength. No one picking up. Henderson in front of the net. Puck knocked loose off the shot. And luckily away from goal. Final 2 minutes. Mogg off the boards, finds Gabai. He'll have to go it his up. Tries to get to the front of the net, fires it across goal. Bouncing puck falls back to Gabai. Held up in the corner. If we tick down towards 90 seconds to go in the game. All eyes on Marr as well. Sharks break up ice. Good block from Morris. Puck knocked loose and Wright grabs that one out the sky as it flutters through the air towards Joey Coulter, and he'll hold on. 1:20 to go, time out, Solway Sharks. So a big final 80 seconds to end the game. Marr will stay on the bench. Do or die for the men from Dumfries. 6 on 5, here we go. Quick check of the net, make sure no traps have been set. Sharks load up the top line. Bees do in return. Here we go. The best 11 players on the ice. And the Bees win the draw thanks to Marcel Ballas. Mogg holds it against the boards. Under pressure from Robertson, knocked loose. Ballas off the glass. Glove down, blocked by Gabai. Ballas will try and collect. Gabai takes it away from him. Thrown cross ice. Ballas gets there first. Ballas turns, fires off the post! Into the final minute. Could that come back to bite the Bees? Sharks chip it on ahead. Morris, fans on the clearance. Puck falls round to Gabai. He'll have a go himself, but Arsenault is there to block it. Pass up ice. Antonov can do nothing but throw it round the boards. It's into the final 40 seconds. Played up ice, turned over by the Sharks. Ballas tries to battle his way past Arsenault. Good work by the Sharks again. 25 seconds to go. Big hit delivered by Vanya. Antonov stops the rush. Sharks need nothing but play it in. Morris plays it up to Ballas. Gabai fires towards goal. Bouncing puck. And Dom Gabai will get the fifth. And now we have a brawl. The goal's going to count. The Bees are going to win. And we'll wait and see who survives the penalties. 59-47 time of Dom Gabai's empty net goal. His fifth of the season. Well, here's the problem now. It's a fight inside the final 5 minutes. So Liam Morris is going to be chucked out. And that will possibly see him banned for tomorrow as well. So we're going to wait and see what the penalties are. The penalties could be very interesting. The Bees fans are ecstatic. They know what that goal means with 13 seconds left on the clock. We've got a replay of men standing around on the ice. Well, there's James Irons giving the signal to get people out. So we'll wait and see who else gets chucked. I will say this, there's the Gabai goal. Gabai gets hit, retaliates himself, and it's just after that bit of the replay where Callie Robertson comes in and cross-checks Gabai, and that started the whole melee off. So the referee's explaining it to the players. We'll hopefully have the goal and some penalties for you shortly. Liam Morris is standing down here by the Zamboni doors just below me. I do find it a bit weird that Morris is the only man thrown out at the moment, if I'm honest. And I think that point is just being made by referee Matt Rose as he's just gone to the Solway bench. There's the hit from Robertson, and there's everyone grabbing a dance partner. So it's a messy end to tonight's game. The Bees penalty box has just opened up again. So Marcel Ballas has, Liam Morris has 5 on the clock. Torren Anderson has 2 on the clock. So if I'm reading this right, Liam Morris has been given 5 in game for fighting, then that's him banned for tomorrow in Romford at the bare minimum. Here's the goal again as Dongabai throws it on net and it trickles into the empty cage. It's, well, 4 on 4 for 13 seconds. So here's the penalties as the game's going to end. Liam Morris 5 and game for fighting. As the buzzer goes, no one's going to be able to hear what the rest of the penalties are as the Berkshire Bees skate away with 2 points. But a very, very messy end to tonight's game. The Bees take the points. I'm just going to wait and see if it updates on the National League website while the players go through the handshake lines. Elsewhere in the league, Leeds tonight 6, Hull Seahawks 3, Swindon Cats 7, Peterborough Phantoms 3, MK 5, Telford 3, and Sheffield 1, Romford 3. And I do believe it's been given to Marcel Ballas. See, sometimes I think I'm going crazy up here, and sometimes I think other people are struggling. The Bees take the 2 points. I'll try and bring you the penalties if they ever come through. Hats on the ice, as it's been announced as Marcel Ballas' goal. Nick, again, confirm I'm not crazy. That was definitely Dom from his knees. Yeah, Nick's giving me the nod of approval. Everyone's having a mare tonight. Commentary especially. Make sure to tune in next time, Solway fans. Hope you've had a fun night. Sorry again. So the goal has gone in. Marcel Ballas has been credited with an unassisted goal for his hat-trick, despite the fact he wasn't near the puck. I'm just going to wait and see if the penalties actually do come through. So the penalties that have come through are a bit confusing so far. Liam Morris is listed as being 2 + 10 for roughing. Yet we've got 5 minutes on the clock here in the building. And it's all very confusing. Now it's gone to 2 + 5. So, man of the match tonight presented by NIHL official, unusual DJ Danny Purchett. As Liam Stenton is given man of the match for the Sharks. He had 2-goal night for him. Very deserved man of the match as well. 2 + 1 as he's got the assist on the 3rd goal. The Sharks will skate off on the lap of honour for their fans who have made the trip all the way down from Dumfries, and obviously to everyone watching, either if you've made it to the Shark Tank to watch for the watch along there or watching it from home. Thank you for joining us as always. Sorry about the absolute gong show that was myself tonight. You're back here all the way in February, Valentine's weekend, the 16th on the Sunday night, 6 o'clock face-off here in the hangar. If you can join us, if not on the stream. And don't worry, if you felt like tonight was rubbish from me, you can tell it to my face, as I'll be up in Dumfries just before Christmas for the Bees Weekender on the 14th and 15th. And even worse, I'm joining that stream on commentary. Sorry. As we carry on for the Bees, as the fifth goal has now been changed to goodbye from Balaz. So the penalties for that brawl at the end there were 2 minutes for roughing on Torren Anderson and 2 minutes for roughing for Liam Morris plus 5 minutes for roughing. I don't think that's right, but what do I know tonight? As we move on to the man of the match for the Bees. Could be anybody. Let's face it, I've not got a clue this evening. And it goes to Marcel Balaz. Could even have made a case for a lot of players tonight. As Marcel Balaz tries to do better than Max Wright with the signed hat. Annoyingly caught by Kieran Martin. And the Bees will go for their lap of honour to the loyal fans here this evening as they collect another 2 points in League and Cup action here this evening. They head to Romford tomorrow night before coming back here next Sunday when we welcome the Bristol Pitbulls to town. Face off at 6 o'clock here in the hangar. If you can make it, if not, there is a stream. Whether I'll be on it after this, who knows. Well, from me and producer Nick, thank you for joining us this evening, and they'll see you next week. Have fun. Nick, punch it.
5:15 face-off. Then next Saturday,